Hi, I'm Matt, this is my brother Jonny, and we're from Brothers Make. Today on the Triton YouTube channel, we're making some Christmas LED wall art with epoxy resin.
So we haven't really worked with resin too much in the past. We thought this would be a really nice sort of entry-level project to get us started.
So our idea is to cut a Christmas message into some nice hardwood, fill it with a translucent epoxy resin, and then backlight it with some LEDs.
Let's go. So we've printed out our Christmas message to use as a stencil. We've then cut this out with a craft knife and then used white spray paint to mark this onto the board.
So that's our lettering all done. Now there's obviously loads of different ways you can achieve this same effect. You could use a scroll saw, you could use a CNC router or a laser cutter. We just wanted to use a jigsaw because it's easily accessible and most people have one in their workshop.
We're now ready to do the pour. So we're going to be using some white pigment in our epoxy, but not too much as we want it to still be translucent and the light to shine through. We're also going to be throwing in some of the old glitter just to give it a sort of Christmas feel.
Okay, so here's our finished resin cure. It's set up really nicely. We've got a tiny little crack that developed. I think the resin pushed it apart a little bit, but we'll come back and fill that later. We did get a little bit ahead of ourselves because we were meant to drill a series of random holes to create this snowfall pattern and also fill that with resin. So we're going to go do that now. So now our front panel is trimmed and sanded flush, it's time to work on the light box. There's going to be a set of battery powered LED lights inside the box, so we need to make sure that the thickness is deep enough to hold this battery pack. Once the pieces are cut to the right size, we use our Triton router mounted in our router table to cut rebates for both the front panel and the back.
The last part to make was the back panel. We used a thin bit of MDF for this, being sure to cut a notch for that switch on the battery pack. We then covered the inside face of this with aluminium foil tape to maximise the brightness before adding the LEDs.
So there we go, our resin backlit LED sign all finished. We've definitely learned a lot about using resin in this project, specifically that less is more when adding the coloured pigment. I think we could have got a little bit more light coming through if we'd added just a touch less.
Really hope you enjoyed watching the video, guys. If you want to see more of this kind of thing, be sure to subscribe to the Triton YouTube channel. And if you want to see more of us, head on over to our channel, it's Brothers Make. Merry Christmas!